So we are now officially a week into the new NHL season, and it's been a pretty interesting start for the Pens early on. Good Monday morning, everybody. I'm Mac, back with another video. As always, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram, link in the box below. So again, just kind of doing a kind of a weekly wrap up for the Pens, as I keep stressing. I try to put out a couple Pens videos a week because it is very challenging to cover 3 sports at once, let alone 2. But let's talk Pens hockey. The other day when I made my Pens video, I was not a happy camper, rightfully so, because it was a disgraceful loss Tuesday night on opening night to the Chicago Blackhawks, a game in which the Pens blew another third period lead, their 13th such game since last season. Of course, the only team that has more than us is a rebuilding San Jose Sharks team. But then the Pens on Friday and Saturday night of this past weekend have back-to-back games. And, back-to-back games are never easy to play in. And so going up against the Capitals, one of your biggest rivals of all time, and then a chippy Calgary Flames team who's always in the playoff talks. With the way that we've played, I didn't really have any good feelings or expectations going into those games. But the Pens won them both. And not only did they win, but they pretty much dominated both games. Friday night against Washington, Tristan Jarry with a shutout. And this is why I'm so hard on Jarry. It's because I don't think he's the goalie moving forward. I don't trust him at all. But then there are games where he stands on his head and he actually has a pretty solid game. I just wish he was more consistent with it. And no, that one good game doesn't change my mind on the fact that I hate the extension that we gave him. Because the offense came up through big time in that one. Sidney Crosby, don't ever leave us, man. He had 2 goals on Friday night. Evgeni Malkin putting one in. The defense was just so aggressive and so assertive on Friday night, and just everything went right for us. Even Jake Gensel putting in a goal as well. So if you live in the Pittsburgh area, I hope you enjoyed your Jake Shake that you get from the Milkshake Factory there. So a good 4-0 win against Washington. Saturday night, 5-2 win over Calgary. Alex Nedeljkovic, if I'm saying his name right. Thank you, Canada, for your very easy-to-pronounce white names. But our backup goalie, Nedeljkovic, who we got from Detroit, I thought he did really well. He had an unbelievable save Saturday night. Sprawled out against his legs. Curled the puck inside his glove. And blocked a shot. Great play by him. Another goal, just more assertive, aggressive goals. The Pens looked dead early on. They were down 1-0, then 3 unanswered goals to make it 3-1, and then 2 more to make it 5-2. But I'll tell you what, aside from the production of the team doing their job in these back-to-back games, the one guy who has really stood out to me personally, I don't know if they stood out to you, but they stood out to me for these 2 games. It's 71. Evgeni Malkin. In my personal opinion, he's been the best player through these first 3 games of the season. He's passing the puck well, and not only is he playing with a sense of urgency and a sense of, this is the 18th season that the Pens will put Sid, Letang, and Crosby on the ice, which is now a North American sports record for a trio for one franchise. For the most part, not all of it, but for the most part, the effort by him has just been amazing. And it's not something that we generally see from Evgeni Malkin unless the games mattered, because in 82 games last year, I do mean 82 because he played in every single game last year, but last year we didn't really see much of that from Gino. Now I know it's only been 3 games. I know it's still I know it's only a very small sample size, but what I'm seeing out of Gino right now is a guy who has a much better chance at turning up ice following turnover than Sidney Crosby does. I see a guy who is playing a lot better on the defensive forward side, pretty much on the same level as Mario Lemieux did when he was, playing for the Pens. And overall, I just see a much improved and a more urgent player than what an alternative captain is supposed to be. Now, don't get me wrong. It's only 3 games in the season. It's great that we picked up those 4 points that we had on Friday and Saturday. That's great. I'll always take wins, especially winning by 2 or more. It's only 3 games in the season, guys. The Pens have done this for the past couple of seasons. You get off to a strong start, or you get off to a quick start following a bad game, and then all of a sudden, the wheels just kind of start to fall off a little bit, and you end up either barely making the playoffs or you end up missing the playoffs. I need to see more out of this team going forward. I need to see more urgency in the way that they played Friday and Saturday. I get you're not going to have a good game every single game. I get that you're going to run into a buzzsaw sometimes. Hopefully you don't run into a team like the Blackhawks. I'm not knocking at them or anything, but you don't run into a team like Chicago, who pretty much has a farm market team out there, and you dumb down to competition. I do expect to see some competitiveness. Friday and Saturday were good steps in the right direction. But don't get cute, guys. Really build upon these 2 wins, because the Metro is not easy now. Carolina's a great team. New Jersey is a really good team. The Rangers are a feisty bunch. And I wouldn't even sleep on Columbus at this point. Build off those 2 wins and show everybody why the Pens are, in my opinion, still in it. Are we an elite team? No. But I expect us to be a competitive team. And these were 2 good steps in the right direction. Keep it going, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm Mac, checking on out for the day. Have a good one, everybody.